We tend to find that watching really good players play helps others with their game. Watching patterns and shot selection. In this video, we have two of Efren Reyes's, arguably one of the best players ever, 9-ball break and runs queued up for you to watch.
World Championship on these shores. Johnny Archer was rated as the #1 US player, the one that was most likely to be world champion. It's not that, has he just gone off the boil? Is that would be the case? There's nothing gone wrong with his game. Is it just a case of the weight of good players and you can't always win?
Well, yeah, plus Johnny was very, very hot in the early and mid-90s. And then his game went away a little bit, and he admits this himself. This year, however, he's been the hottest guy in the States. He's had, out of 11 tournaments, he's had 9 top 10 finishes. He's won 3 of them, so he's winning 25% of the tournaments he enters. He just won a tournament last week in Canada. Plus, his team won the border battle against Team Canada. So he should be on a roll. Right now, Johnny would be probably the favored U.S. player to win this thing if you had to pick one from the United States. Unfortunately, he's got the biggest hill in the tournament to climb right here.
Against the magician, Efren Reyes, a man who just saunters around the table. If he's ever nervous, you'd never know it. Great disposition, a great attitude to life. A hero in the Philippines, and quite rightly a hero for every 9-ball pool player around. A great cueist. Reyes looks like clearing up to win the first rack. Left that a bit short on the 9. Well, perhaps a bit of nerves there, yeah.
I don't know.
He's still going to make the ball.
I don't know if he has nerves. He's the most laid-back man I have ever met in my life. Right in the heart of the pocket. Takes a tough shot and makes it look easy, Steve. And Efren Reyes leads Johnny now 1-0.
Winner breaks. Efren Reyes not renowned for having the hardest break of the top-class players, but it's nothing to do with how hard you hit them. It's how accurately you hit them and how consistently you can break off on the table that you're playing on. And it'll be interesting to see if these players can learn the break for this particular table, the signature break for this table, which is so often the case where we see a player unfold and win in this World Championship. They start to realise what type of break is needed for this particular match table.
Steve, I watched 2 of Efren's matches yesterday, and he was hitting the break shot harder than I've ever seen him hit before. See, that's really not a bad break. It's not a cannonball break, but it's much harder than we've seen Efren strike the break shot in the past. And with this kind of result, you can't complain about his break.
You see there how softly he was gripping the cue for how hard a strike he hit. Similar to perhaps golf, you don't grip the club tight, otherwise you strangle it. And Efren Reyes gripping the cue very softly there for, well, not just that shot, but his break off as well. Very soft grip on the cue.
Efren may be teaching us something there, because we've always been taught that you do hold the cue very, very gently, like holding a child's hand when you make a shot, except on the break shot where you're supposed to grip it very tightly. Maybe Efren's discovered something.
Well, perhaps I just saw the end of that break off when we showed it on the slow-mo there, and it seemed like he didn't really have that much of a grip on the cue. Perhaps we get a chance to see it again later on, another break off. We may see from the start whether he actually does grip the cue exactly the same way. One of the great things about this is if you do grip the cue softly, you can take some of the nervous tension out of your arm.
Well, Efren's taught the world a lot about this game. Maybe we'll learn something new. Only 3 more balls here, and Efren could take a 2-0 lead over Johnny Archer. You sure don't want to get behind early in a match to Efren Reyes. He'd probably be the hardest man in the world to come back on.
Well, this match has been going for what seems like 30 seconds now, and Efren Reyes is 2-0 in front.
Reyes cementing his second 9 ball.